Сайн байцгаана уу монголоор гэнэ. За бүгдээрээ Summer Adventures гэсэн хуваарийн дагуу явагдаж байгаа хичээлийг эхлүүлье. За энэ удаад бол 6 дугаар ангийн хичээл эхэлж байна. 6 дугаар ангийн хичээлийг хуваарийн дагуу 20 өдөр байгаа. Энэ чинээсээ эхний 7 хоногийг ажиллах болно. За энэ бол албан ёсоор дунд сургуулийн дунд ангийнхны хичээл эхэлж байна гэсэн. За дунд анги 6-аас 8 дугаар анги, 6 дугаар анги. Хамгийн эхний өдөр маань day 1 энд бол нэг математикийн хичээл оногдсон ийм өдөр байна. За тэр математикийн хичээл маань identify mistakes involving the order of operations гэсэн ийм сэдвтэй хичээл байна. За бүгдээрээ хичээлээ үзье. За order of operations гэхээр юуг мэдчих хэвээр вэ гэдэг. Ихэнх хүүхдүүд маань 3 дугаар анги, 2 дугаар ангиас эхлүүлээд PEMDAS гэсэн зүйлийг сурсан байгаа. За PEMDAS багш нар бүгдээр order of operations айл үйлдэл эхэлж хийх вэ гэхээр зэрэг яах вэ? PEMDAS гэж ярьдаг. За энэ PEMDAS гэдэг нь болохоор зэрэг үйлдэлийнхаа дарааллыг тогтоож мэдхийн тулд ингэж нэршилж өгсөн ийм томьёо байгаа. За санахад амар болгоод P буюу яах вэ? Parenthesis. Энэ бол хаалт. Хаалт юм уу? Эсвэл яг дөрвөлжин хаалт энэ бол brackets гэж ярьдаг. Энэ хоёрыг эхэлж хийн. E гэхээр exponents 6 дугаар ангид бол хараахан exponents орж ирээгүй. Exponents-ийн суурь бол тавигдаж эхэлнэ. Exponents гэхээр зэрэг болоо явчихж байгаа. За А-гийн 2 дахь зэрэг гэдэг ч юм уу тий. За дараагийн дөрв болвол зарим тохиолдолд энэ дараагийн дөрв болвол алдаатай явагддаг. Яагаад вэ гэхээр зэрэг PEMDAS гэдэг нэг order of operation дараалал гэж заасан байдаг. Гэтэл дараал гэхээр заавал нэг нь нөгөөгийнхээ өмнө явах ёстой гэсэн утга энэчнээс эхлээд өөр болж эхэлдэг. За MD гэдэг маань энэ хоёр бол эхнийх нь M нь болвол multiplication үржир байгаа. Үржих үйлдэл. За D нь болохоор зэрэг division буюу яг хуваах үйлдэл. За энэ хоёр болвол зэрэг дарааллынхаа хувьд адилхан зэрэгтэй харин санаж явах зүйл нь болохоор зэрэг яг зүүнээс баруун тишээ left to right аль нь хамгийн эхэлж бичигдсэн байна вэ гэдгээс шалтгаалдаг. За PEMDAS MND гэхээр цугтаа харин яг баруунаас зүүнээс баруун тишээ гэсэн ийм дарааллыг санах хэрэгтэй. За яг энэтэй адилхан AS гэдэг маань A эхнийх нь болохоор зэрэг addition нэмэх үйлдэл, S дараагийнх нь болохоор зэрэг subtraction буюу хасах үйлдэл байгаа. За аль нь эхэлж хийгдэх вэ гэдэг нь бол аль нь зүүн талаас эхэлж бичигдсэн байна вэ гэдгээс шалтгаалдаг. За тийм болохоор PEMDAS гэдгээ санаж явах хэрэгтэй. PEMDAS дотроо M and D тэгээд A and S энэ дөрөв дээр болвол зүүнээс баруун харахад аль нь эхэлж байна вэ гэдгээс шалтгаална гэсэн. Тэрнээс биш яг M D-гээс өмнө болохоор multiply буюу үржих үйлдэл заавал хуваах үйлдлийн өмнө байх ёстой гэсэн үг юус биш. За энэ order буюу энэ дарааллыг санах хэрэгтэй. За ингээд дарааллынхаа утгыг мэдж байгаа order буюу дарааллаа сайн санаж байгаа болов бүгдээ эхнийхээ асуултыг араад үзье. За Martina tried to evaluate the expression 28 minus 4 times 3 plus 6. Here's her work. За ингээд ажил өгсөн байна. Martina илэрхийллийг ажиллаад тэгээд хийсэн дараалал нь бүгдээр биччихсэн байж байна. Энд байна. За ингээд дараа нь яг асуулт маань орж иж байна. Is Martina right here? Is Martina's work correct? За бүгдээр Martina-гийн дээр хийсэн ажил алхам болгондоо зөв байна уу? Зөв ажилласан байна уугүй юу гэдгийг олох нэ. За тэгээд тийм үгүй гэд өнгөрөхгүй нь 3 янзын хариултын сонголт өгсөн байна. Эхнийх дээр бол no, Martina made a mistake in step 1. Буюу юуко үгүй. Martina-гийн ажил буруу байна. Харин step 1 буюу эхнийхээ алхам дээр алдаа гаргасан байна. Martina should have subtracted first. So хасах үйлдэлийг эхэлж хийх ёстой байсан гэсэн ийм хариулт байна. За хоёр дахь хариулт нь үгүй. No, Martina made a mistake in step 2. Хоёр дахь алхам дээр Martina алдаа гаргасан байна. Martina should have added before she subtracted. So, нэмэх үйлдэл хасах үйлдэлийнхаа өмнө хийгдэх ёстой байсныг Martina буруу хийсэн байна гэсэн ийм хариултын сонголт байна. За 3 дахь нь болохоор zeg yes Martina's work is correct. Тийм ээ Martina-гийн ажил бол зөв байна гэсэн. За энийг бол бид нар ерөнхийдөө error analysis гэж ярьдаг. Error За error analysis гэсэн ийм type буюу стилийн ийм асуултууд бага ангиас эхэлж заагдаж явдаг. Зөв байна уу, буруу байна уу гэж зөвхөн асууснаас гадна одоо ингээд дунд анги руу ороод ирэхээр зэрэг яг хаана ямар алдаа гарсан байна, энэний оронд юу хийх ёстойсэн бэ гэд analysis буюу өөрөө яг аналитик бодлого оруулж ирээд энэ чинээ алдаагаа засах гэсэн ийм уур чадвар, эсвэл алдаанаас суралцах, эсвэл яг алдааг зөв болгож үргэлжлүүлэх гэсэн ийм ажлууд орж ирдэг байгаа. За ийм төрлийн асуултуудын суурь тавигдаж байгаа хэсэг байна. За бүгдээрээ энэ ажлыг хийхин тулд яг Martina-гийн өгөгдсөн ажлыг өөртөө ажиллаж үзэх хэрэгтэй. За 28 хасах нь 4 үржих нь 3 нэмэх нь 6. За бүгдээрээ санаад үзье PEMDAS тийм. PEMDAS. За PEMDAS-ийн дагуу эхлээд нь бид нэр хаалт байна уу юу гэж үзэн. Ямар ч хаалт байхгүй байна. За дараагийн нь болохоор зэрэг яг хаалт байхгүй байна. Exponents буюу зэрэгтэй өгөгдөөгүй байна. За бүгдээрээ дараагийнх нь болохоор multiplication and division. Энд ямар нэгэн үржих юм уу хуваах үйлдэл явагдаж байна уу гэсэн энд ч зөвхөн үржих үйлдэл явагдаж байна. За тийм болохоор 4-ийг үржих нь 3 эхэлж хийгдсэн байх нэ. За 28-аас хасах нь энэ хасах 4-ийг нэмэх 3-аар үржүүлж байгаа. Хариулт бол хасах 12. Тэгээд бусдыг нь яг тэр чигээр нь бичгэнэ. За тэгэхээр зэрэг step 1 бол зөв байна. За дараа нь M and D бүгдээр ингээ шалгаад үзсэн. Дараа нь болохоор зэрэг A and S буюу нэмэх хасах гэсэн үйлдэлүүд. Нэмэх хасах гэсэн үйлдэлүүд маань нэмэх нь эхэлж хийгдэх ёстой зүйл биш. Энэ бол яг аль нь зүүнээсээ баруун тишээ явхад аль нь хамгийн эхэлж гарч ийнэ гэдэг. За бүгдээрээ энэ чинээс зүүнээсээ баруун тишээ ингээд хараад үзэхэд хамгийн ихнийх нь юу вэ? Хасах үйлдэл байна. За дараа нь нэмэх үйлдэл байна. За тийм болохоор яг хасах үйлдэлээ эхлээд хийх ёстой. 28-аас 12-ыг хасахаар 16 ингээд бусдын хэвээр нь бичгээр 16 дээр нэмэх нь 6. Тийм болохоор Martina-гийн 2 дахь алхам болвол зөв байна. Ингээд эцэст нь Martina яг энэ 2 тоогоо нэмээд 22 гэсэн хариу гаргасан байна. За тэгэхээр яг бидний хариулт болвол yes Martina's work is correct. Martina ажлаа зөв хийсэн байна гэсэн үг. Okay, here we have a problem given and we are going to perform an error analysis and find out if Kurt did his work correct. If not, where he might have made a mistake. So in order to do that, we need to work the problem ourselves first and check them step by step. Our actual work question here is Kurt's work correct? Kurt, ажлаа зөв хийсэн үгүй юу гэдгийг бид нар олж тодорхойлох ийм ажил байна. За, okay. 7 plus 64 divided by 4 times 4. So in order to work this problem ourselves, we need to remember PEMDAS. PEMDAS helps us to remember the order of operation. So let's go ahead check for P first. Is there any brackets or parentheses? No. Is there any exponents? No. Now, we will check for M and D. M and D, we need to perform the one that comes first when you look from left to right. So from left to right, here, which one comes first? And there is what? The division. Division comes first. So we will divide first. Our first step here, we will write everything else exactly as is and divide first. 7 plus 64 divided by 4 is 16. And write the rest of them exactly as is. Now, let's go ahead, take a look at Kurt's step 1 here. What happened? So, Kurt did not divide 64 like we did. That means Kurt multiplied before he divided. So he did 4 times 4. That's how he got 16 here. So no, Kurt did not apply PEMDAS, or in other words, order of operation correctly. Why? And in step 1, he made a mistake. Let's check the answer options here. The first one, it says no, Kurt made a mistake in step 1. Kurt should have divided before multiplying. Yes, that's exactly what we did. And that should be our answer option. But let's just to be sure, let's read the other option also. No, Kurt made a mistake in step 1. Kurt should have added before multiplying. No, that is not going to happen. So that's not our option here. Okay. Ling tried to evaluate the expression 15 divided by 5 plus 7 multiplied by 5. Here's her work. And they gave us the work. And they want to know if Ling's work is correct. And they give us 3 answer options. So before we say yes or no, start answering, we need to work this problem ourselves first. Again, we need to remember PEMDAS. Remember PEMDAS. Okay, so 15 divided by 5 plus 7 multiplied by 5. There is no parentheses, no brackets, and there is no exponents. That means we will move on to multiplication and division, but remember, they need to go in order from left to right. Okay, that needs to become a practice. For this kind of expressions, it seems like it's not going to make any difference when it comes to the final answer. But once your expression becomes a little bit more complicated or turns into equations, it matters. Okay, so whichever one comes first from left to right, that means my order of operation is division first, and then multiplication next. After that, we will move on to addition and subtraction, and that will be my 3rd step. Okay, so first thing first, 15 divided by 5 is 3. And I will write the rest as is without doing anything. All right, so that means Kurt's first step checks. Now, my next step is to multiply. So I will write the rest as is. And 7 times 5 is 35. And that does not match with Kurt's second step here. So what did he do? He added before multiplying. So that is his mistake, and mistake occurred in step 2. So let's go ahead and check our answer options here. The first one, it says, no, Ling made a mistake in step 1. So no, we found out Ling's step 1 was correct. The mistake was in step 2. So let's check the second one. No, Ling made a mistake in step 2. Yes, Ling should have multiplied before she added. So that is exactly what we found out. So that's our right answer. Okay, Evelyn tried to evaluate the expression 4 plus 3 divided by 5 multiplied by 2. And they gave us her work, what she did, and now they want us to find out if Evelyn's work is correct. Okay, same thing. We are going to check for PEMDAS. When it comes to multiplication and division and addition, subtraction, it needs to go in order from left to right. So just remember that. Now, according to PEMDAS, our first operation is division. We need to divide first, and then we will multiply. And lastly, our third step is addition. Okay, so first thing first, I will write everything else the same, but 30 divided by 5 is 6. Okay, so right away it does not match with what Evelyn did. So let's go ahead and find out. They are different. So step 1 is where the mistake is at. And if 30 is still there, that means Evelyn must have multiplied before dividing. She did not go from left to right. She just went straight to multiplication. So that's what Evelyn did. So let's go ahead and check our answer options here. The first one, it says, no, Evelyn made a mistake in step 1. Yes, Evelyn should have divided before multiplying. Is that what we did? We divided before multiplying. Yeah, so it kind of matches with what we did. Let's read the rest of it. The order of operations says to multiply and divide from left to right. So this sounds perfect, but just to be sure, let's check the second one. No, Evelyn made a mistake in step 2. Yes, Evelyn should have added before. No, so that would have been completely wrong. So our correct answer option is the first one. Okay. Abigail tried to evaluate the expression 12 plus 24 divided by, ooh, nice, there is a bracket coming in, and we have 2 times in the parenthesis 5 minus 1. So let's remember our PEMDAS again. This one got nicely sophisticated, so we got some thinking to do. All right, PEMDAS. So you need to work the parenthesis first. Yes, that's your first step. And then a bracket. Brackets needs to go with it, which is right here. And then multiplication and division from left to right. So after we're done with the parentheses and the brackets, there's only one thing here. That's a division. This will be our step 3. And then addition and subtraction, there's only one left. So that is our fourth step. Okay, just to let you guys know, we gotta remember our Roman numerals as well. So one line is number 1, that is number 2, it is number 3, number 4, 5, and 6, and so on. I don't think we will go any further than this, but 7 and 8, and then a 9, and then 10 is just X. All right, so whenever we are using ordered numbers or making statements, we are going to use Roman numerals, and you can do it different ways, but if you get used to it now, it's going to help you. All right, PEMDAS. All right, first thing, 5 minus 1 is 4. That's our first step, and everything else needs to be written exactly as is. So plus 24 divided by, and bracket opens, 2 times 4. Okay. Step 1 checks. It matches exactly the same thing. So next thing, we need to take care of what is inside the parentheses. Okay, so let's go ahead, write everything else exactly as is, and 24 divided by 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so this step is not matching with what we got. That means the mistake is in step 2, but let's see what she did wrong. So we have 12 plus, right here in Abigail's work, 12 plus 12. So if that 24 turned into 12 already, she must have opened the brackets before she took care of what's inside the brackets. So, like I said, it might look like it's not going to make any difference for the final answer for this given expression, but this steps and orders of operation is important. Moving on with much sophisticated expressions and equations. So need to follow it. Okay. So step 2 is where the mistake is at. And what did she do? She did not multiply what was inside the brackets first. She opened the brackets and she did not even distribute it right. So yes, that's where her mistake is at. So let's check the first answer option here. No, Abigail made a mistake in step 1. No, we found that step 1 was okay. So that is not our answer option. So let's check the second one. No, Abigail made a mistake in step 2. Yes, the brackets mean the numbers inside are grouped together. Abigail should have multiplied the numbers inside the brackets first. Yes, that is exactly what she did. Okay, Sandra. Sandra tried to evaluate the expression 8 plus 4 times parenthesis 11 minus 2. Here is her work. And we're going to do the same thing. Let's work this problem ourselves first. So according to PEMDAS, our first operation is inside the parenthesis. And then a second operation is multiplication right here. And then third one is what? Addition. Okay, so we have 8 plus 4 times, and 11 minus 2 is 9. Okay, so right away our first step is not matching. That's where the mistake is at. So what she got is not the same as what we have here. So the numbers, if she has 12 there, she did not do anything with the parentheses. She right away did what? Added 8 and 4 together. So according to PEMDAS, that is a big no-no. All right, let's go ahead, take a look at this answer option here. So no, Sandra made a mistake in step 1. So that's exactly what you find out. Sandra didn't start inside the parentheses. The order of operations says to perform operations inside parentheses first. So that is her mistake. All right, Shivani. Shivani tried to evaluate the expression in a parenthesis 21 minus 12 divided by 3 plus 5. So according to PEMDAS, parenthesis first, and then we only have division, no multiplication given, so that is our second step. And only thing that's left there is the addition. Okay, let's go ahead, take care of the parenthesis first. 21 minus 12, that will be 9. And I should have 9 divided by 3 plus 5. All right, there is what the mistake is. And they do not match. Let's see what she did. She did completely out of ordinary thing. Okay, so she jumped straight to division here. Division. But remember, guys, if there was a grouped numbers, all right, the grouped numbers, that group, if there was a group right there, or the parenthesis, if there was a parenthesis, everything inside the parenthesis, all those grouped numbers should be divided or multiplied by the number outside the parenthesis. So she did not only jump straight to division here, she only divided what? 12 by 3. That's it. So it's a little bit complicated mistake there, but right away we can tell she did not follow the PEMDAS, which is the order of operation. So let's see, there's only one answer option that says no, Shivani made a mistake in step 1. Shivani should have subtracted the numbers inside the parentheses first. The parentheses show which operation to do first. All right. Here we have Joy. Joy tried to evaluate the expression 10 minus 8 plus 4 times 3. And we're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and work it ourselves. No parentheses, no exponents, and there's only multiplication here. That's our first step. Now, addition and subtraction, whichever one comes first from left to right. So subtraction comes first, so we will do that first, and then we will jump to the addition. So we got our order of operations numbered, and let's go ahead and multiply that. Everything else is written the same, and now we have positive 4 times 3 is positive 12. Okay, that checks. And the next step, we're supposed to subtract first. 10 minus 8 is 2, and everything else stays the same. Check, and add the 2 together, and 14. So Joy did her work correct. All right. Jack tried to evaluate the expression. Now let's go ahead, work the expression ourselves first. According to PEMDAS, our first step is parenthesis. Next step is multiplication or division. There's only one. And then lastly, we will add. Okay, and now we have 4 plus 6 times 11 minus 5 is 6. And first step checks. Now we will multiply 6 by 6. Then we will have 4 plus 36. All right, that's where the mistake is at. And if she got 10 here and multiplication is still remaining, she must have added 4 and 6 together before performing the multiplication. So step 2 is where the mistake is at, and that is our answer. Jack should have multiplied instead of adding. The order of operations says to multiply before you add. All right, Tara tried to evaluate the expression, and we are going to do the same thing. According to PEMDAS, this is the first step, parenthesis. Then we will divide, and then we will subtract. Okay, let's go ahead. Work that. Minus 25 divided by 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so right away it does not match up with our work. So that's where the mistake is at. If parenthesis is still there, and the division is still there, Tara must have subtracted first before doing anything else. So step 1 is where the mistake is at. Tara should have started with the parenthesis. Operations inside the parenthesis need to be done first. All right, Heather tried to evaluate the expression, and let's go ahead, do the same. That's our first step, second step, and then lastly we will subtract. Now 18 minus 8 and divided by 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so it does not match. That means Heather must have made a mistake here. And our parentheses and the division still remaining. That means Heather subtracted right away. So step 1 is where the mistake is at. Heather should have started with the parentheses. Okay, our order of operations, is right here. We need to work the parentheses first, and PEMDAS, M and D, right? Whichever one comes first from left to right. So that means we will divide next. And lastly, we will multiply. So let's go ahead, take care of the parentheses. We have 80 divided by 16 minus 8 is 8. And multiply whatever is there by 5. Okay, so step 1 match. And step 2, so we need to divide first. 80 divided by 8 is 10 times 5. And my final answer is 50. So Darrell did his work correctly right there. His work is correct. Now we're entering the challenge zone here. We're gonna do the same thing. Let's order these operations. First thing first, no parentheses, no exponents, multiplication and division, whichever one comes first from the left. This is the first step, second step, And lastly, we will add. Now let's go ahead and write everything as is. Plus a positive 24 divided by 6 will be 4. And this. Okay, so it does not match with what Jalen got here. So mistake is in the first step. What did he do? Jalen did the multiplication first. Maybe because he just went in the order of all the letters in PEMDAS, because M comes before D. That's a common mistake, so don't make that mistake. All right, so Jalen made a mistake in step 1. So both answer options, first and the second incorrect ones, they say step 1. So we got to check both of them. First option here, Jalen should have divided before multiplying, which we just did, right? Dividing. The order of operation says to multiply and divide from left to right. So that's a perfect answer right there. But let's check the second one just in case. No, Jalen made a mistake in step 1. Jalen should have added before multiplying. So that should never happen. So there we go. Okay. Trudy. Now, this is a nice one. So we have parentheses and the brackets. So we need to take care of the parentheses first. Okay, so parentheses first and the brackets. And then outside the brackets, we have only one operation there. So that multiplication will be our last step. So let's go ahead and write it. We have 11 times and the brackets. Inside the parentheses, we have 20 minus 8, that will be 12. 12 will be divided by 6. All right, so the step 1 checks. And next we will divide 12 by 6. Then we'll have 11 times 2. Check. And that will be 22. Trudy did her work correct. All right. Nice job, guys.